Okay, so step two is going to be to evaluate the products that we see here, and of course, add additional keywords, negative keywords as we go along. But for here, I already have a limited amount of items, so 146, not too much to go through. So I've kind of sifted through some of this stuff here. This seems to be like a seasonal item. This other one here is like an anniversary for 13 years, which is pretty darn specific, which means you'd have to have like every year. But you know, stuff like that. If you want to get into that many SKUs, it's something you can do. But I'm looking for something that maybe 3 or 4 SKUs, nothing too much. Okay, so this one here looks kind of not the greatest picture, and I've already looked at it, and I think out of this entire page is probably one that I'm curious about, right? So if you're curious about something, click on it, and it pops up, right? And so the very next thing that you're looking for is, okay, what is driving the sales, right? How are people finding it, right? So most of the time it's going to be in the title: stuffed animal net, hammock, toy hammock, teddy bear hammock, jumbo stuffed animal, storage. That's what's really driving the sales usually, right? If you want to go a step deeper, you can go ahead and click on keywords. This only works if you have the Helium and Chrome extension activated on your computer, and then you can click keywords, which will then pop up Cerebro, and then from there you can do further keyword analysis on what's driving the market. But for now, quick and dirty and easy, we're just going to go ahead and click on the stuffed animal net, right? Let's test and let's try this keyword. So stuffed animal net, and it looks like or hammock was also automatically entered in, but stuffed animal net has more keywords. Now this is also a tool that only is if appears if you actually have the Helium 10 Chrome extension, but otherwise it would just be something that actually just auto pops up in your Amazon. Now, first thing I'm going to look at is stuffed animal net. I can tell there's only 775 sellers, or results, which means that this is not. I mean, it's saturated maybe, but at the same time, it's not like 20,000 people are doing this stuffed animal net. Okay, and so let's take a look at. I'm looking for variety, density of the product. Are they all the same? Can I make something different? Can I improve something different? Things like that. Also, I'm looking for the maturity of the market, right? I'm looking for how many reviews. If are there people that are selling that have a minimum amount of reviews? So first, I'm going to go here on X-Ray, and I'm going to try to find that variety, and then after I can kind of figure out variety and density, right? That's the first thing, variety, really, or let's call that just one word, variety. If there's enough variety that I can probably like come up with something similar but different and catch somebody's eye, then that's good. And if there's enough room maturity wise, which we're going to find out, how many reviews do people have but still sell. So what I'm going to do is search by revenue, look at the review count over here, and I have this guy here that's doing, let's see here, he's $445 reviews. This one has 142 reviews. And let's see, they're doing $38,000 a month, and this one's right here, Lily Love, is doing $152,000 a month. So that's substantial, right? And meaning that there's not a lot of reviews, and still, I mean, granted, there are some people in here that are, let's see here, okay, that actually have a lot of reviews, but then there's also people that are making money that don't. So this is a market that is not extremely mature, meaning that there's still room for it to grow and some room to enter in, I think, for example, possibly, right? So then the next thing is, can I compete? That's the next question you have to ask yourself. Those things are going to be broken down into, can I compete on color? Can I compete by bundling it? Can I do it by changing, gender that I target? Can I change, can I improve the images? Can I improve the branding? things like that. So there's a lot of different ways to compete, but now this is when you have to get into, if you do like the first two, variety and maturity, and of course the sales, if it's hitting the amount of sales that you want, then you can look into it a little bit further. So in this case, I've seen like a black one. I see these different pictures. One, so it looks like this one comes with lights. I'm not sure if this one's selling more. So I don't see any other ones that come with lights. Maybe this is a 2-pack. So when it comes to quantity, be careful. And I say don't try to compete on quantity, because it's easier to compete on design and functionality and features and benefits and values like that than it is on quantity. Like here, let me just give you more, because again, you have China dominating the majority of the first pages, and they are going to beat you up on quantity all day long. So this is a United States seller, and they have, you want to find, let's say for me, let's say, okay, cool, see if they're making any money, I don't know. But this one also is a United States seller. So looking at their actual, at the first page, is it 100% China, or are there other things that are different in sellers? Like, for example, this is what I call variety. This is a different one that's on the first page. Well, it's sponsored though, so I'm not sure how much it's actually selling. So I can go ahead and click on these different ones that are on the first page and see how much they are selling. And then from there, I can be like, okay, so now it's the niche within the niche, right? So now it's the stuffed animal net with an LED light that I can charge a premium for. So these guys are doing $12,000 a month. That's pretty good, because they just added an LED light, right? And now this one here is completely different. So this one looks like an Etsy product. So now I can also go onto, for example, Etsy and search the exact same term, and they might have additional ones that are not already on Amazon that I can go on and take a look at, right? Let's see, search that. Let's go. And stuff like this, or get different ideas, right? So now this one here that we just clicked on, not sure, it's not the one I was looking for. Sometimes it gets a little messy. Okay, so now I have this right here, right? I wonder if there's a patent. So I'm going to look down here, and first I do Control F, and I try to search for a patent. So I only see patent on somebody else. They usually have a patent on there. That's just like really quick. So I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe what if I do one like this, right? So it's similar but different, and how much are they actually selling? So a lot of times, all we need to do now is change this one. Maybe they need a different color, or we make some changes, and now if they're selling well, these, look at they're doing $7,000 a month. So not as good as the other ones, right? But again, these are just ways that people have differentiated themselves. Now, here's another thing you can also do too. Whenever you're going down a niche, you now look at somebody who's being quote, quote, successful, right? Let's say this one's successful. You can click on their actual sold by. Don't click on their brand name. So this brand name right here, this will go to their actual storefront, and that is, an HTML style store that just is very branded and not something that you can really run a X-ray on, okay? But if you want to assess an actual seller, and this is a way to find out if these guys are already doing a really good job and making money, maybe they have other products as well. So then we go here and click on sold by, and then we click on visit their actual storefront, and this is their storefront right here. You see this? And this is 23 results of these guys themselves, whatever this Avitoro is. And we can go ahead and click on X-ray, and looks like these guys are doing $42,000 a month with their products, and top revenue product is these packing cubes. And so, but the second product, best product that they're doing is these LED nets, right? So it's just some stuff that you can do to kind of narrow down the niche. Now, let's say you do like this product, and if you do have want to go to the next step, then the next step is going to be to log it into a spreadsheet to figure out if the numbers are going to work out, and then also to log your products and things that you like. Now, if you're not ready to go to the next step, let's say you're just doing quick research, go ahead and click on this pin, okay? A lot of times it's smarter to just go ahead and do a lot of upfront research on different products and different individual categories in one sitting without digging into Alibaba, and just pinning products and pinning markets while you're going through the first two steps of product research. Now, those first two steps are video one, which was what we discussed, is actually looking at what we plug in, going through the categories and identifying what we don't want to sell. And so that way it reveals different items that we potentially could sell. And then from there, identifying the market by identifying the first page variety, by identifying the maturity, and by going over the question and answering the question is, how can I compete, right? So, and the competition by you competing is by answering those first two questions, and then combining it with the different ways that other sellers have done it. And as well as one more thing too is, let's say, for example, let's click on one of the top sellers, actually wherever we were at. That wasn't a top seller. Let's just click this guy, right? And that was doing 12 grand. What items are being sold with this one at the same time? So it looks like it's this. Oh, like it's a bundle. So it's one of their own bundles that they're making, which is actually, or no, it's these two. All right. So it doesn't give us too many ideas onto what we should actually bundle it with. But going through there and just click it on different ones. Like, for example, let's go with this pick, popular brand pick. And see what are they bundling with. So they're bundling it with this right here. So that's like a high branded thing, but you get the picture, right? We're going to go ahead and try to figure out different ways to answer the question of, can I compete, right? And that's it.